Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach season 2021, and we're going to be going through the round 5 review, and we have had an absolute shocker, dude. Oh man, we've had a shocker. I knew dude, from the first couple of matches, I'm like, we're in for a tough one here. Pretty much everybody we had underperformed. We didn't even have like any like injuries or anything like that. It was just a shocking week, as you can see. And I knew, dude, I knew we'd drop places, but I was hoping it wouldn't be too bad. We ended up dropping 2,500 ranks, which, yeah, not good. But it does, I mean, you know, it's just one swing. Obviously, a lot of people had decent weeks or really good weeks. We just have to, work that way up. So, that can be swung around, but disappointing. Disappointing, dude. Our only saving grace, we'll go through it here, but thankfully I kept the captaincy on Ryan Pappenhausen, and he was basically my only decent player. So let's go through. Oh man, let's go through here. So the dummy halves went good. Jaden Brayley once again 74. He's killing it. Another little sneaky try assist from dummy half, very, very handy. Connor Watson 52, pretty solid. Not the worst. He obviously played 5'8" this game, and he looked good. I mean, again, Connor Watson, I think he's going to be a keeper probably till the end. Honestly, I mean, maybe for the balance of your team, you could cash him out and spend the money elsewhere, but I don't know. Probably, I mean, I guess that's the tough thing. If he's going to be playing 5'8" for the long term, is he a keep? I don't know. I still think he can score really well. I still think he can score really well at 5'8", but it would be nice if he was playing in the middle, making a few more tackles, few more runs. But yeah, it's still handy. Our front row, oh man, our front row, dude. Junior Paulo 37. Dude, I mean, the Eels in general, just an absolute rabble in that game. They got destroyed by the Dragons forwards, and Junior Paulo just did nothing basically. Big Tino, again, nothing. 26. This one was frustrating because obviously, I think it was, who was it? Was it Philip Sammy that went off early in the game? I think so. Which meant Kevin Proctor went to the centres and Tino went to the edge. And originally I thought, oh, that's not too bad. Like, he'll probably play 80 minutes. And I was like, having Fafita and Tino on the edges. I mean, I would imagine Tino will keep his spot in the middle. But boy, oh boy, Tino and Fafita on an edge, that is devastating. And I thought, that he can do what Fafita does, like get him 1-on-1 with the half, and he'll monster them. But the Titans just kept giving it to Fafita, dude. Tino didn't see the ball. They just didn't give it to him. I get it. You're going to give Fafita as much as possible. And I mean, Fafita just killed it. And, it makes me even sadder that I didn't start with Fafita like I was going to at the start of the year. It's really coming back to bite me. But, yeah, they just kept giving it to him. He couldn't be... They couldn't stop him. He was just absolutely destroying them, and Tino on the flip side just didn't see anything. They didn't give him the footy at all. And 26 points. He didn't play the full 80. He probably played like 60-70 minutes though. So yeah, just didn't see any of it. Our reserves bloody scored better. 46 for Otukamanu and 51 for Spencer Linu, dude. Man, oh man, that is frustrating. But Otukamanu, it's nice. He keeps scoring tries, which is handy. And he's increasing some decent price, so he's definitely one I could look at downgrading or potentially upgrading, but probably downgrading to get some cash. But we'll see. The back row was probably our most solid position, and probably the dummy halves. But the back row, Crichton 67, not too shabby. Again, didn't really get any attacking stats, but looked dangerous every time. He always, he runs those. He's, in my opinion, he's the best line runner back rower in the game. He he's just such a strong carrier, and he just hits the line so well that he's always an option for a line break and a try, but hasn't quite yet. Tohu Harris 72 again, just a monster. Killing it. I mean, I could have gone with Fafita instead of Harris a few weeks ago, and you look back on that now, and I mean, Fafita has just gone to another level, but I can't be disappointed with Harris. He's gone pretty well for me, but disappointingly, Fafita just keeps scoring tries. I mean, a hat trick, it kills you. Mitch Barnett 53. I mean, the Knights were pretty shocking. So I mean, they're missing a lot of players, but the Titans just dismantled the Knights. So I wasn't too disappointed with the 53. I knew Barnett wasn't going to score too well in that game. Jordan Ricky 39. Probably. I had better options, and we'll see that coming up. You can get a little snippet there, but Tyrell Fuimaono 39. Again, he's increasing in price. I do want to get rid of him, but at the moment he's making money. The halves, oh man, the halves. So Mitch Moses 37. Again, the Eels were just shocking. Moses, he actually looked. I mean, again, Moses was pretty solid, and dude, I'm feeling like. I feel like I'm so unlucky here. Moses, even in that game, like, he was so close to a couple of clean line breaks. Like, a couple of times he ran it. He was almost through, but just the last ditch, like, legs tackle. And I'm like, come on, dude, just get a couple of breaks. Like, he was so close at moments, and just didn't. It's just not happening for Moses, and it's killing me inside. And then we have Sam Walker, who I didn't play. He got. Dude. Again, I was salty about this. Obviously, I'm happy I have him, but I mean, everyone's got him, so it doesn't really help me at all. He scored 89 points, and he was probably, I don't know, dude, he would have been on like 10, maybe 20 points at most, was like with like 15 minutes to go in that game, and then bang, 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 he gets like 3 try. He got a try, he got 2 try assists, and he banged up 89 points, which it just kills me inside, because I know a lot of people played him, and I honestly, the people that played him, extremely lucky. Like, you shouldn't have played him, and he shouldn't have scored 89 points, but they just, oh man, I cannot believe that, dude. The Roosters scored those 3 tries to beat the Sharks, and Sam Walker. I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, how has he done it again? How has he done it again? The 5'8", so the 5'8" actually went good for me. Cameron Munster 78, and Josh Schuster 64. I was very happy with the try, thankfully, for Schuster, but otherwise he still scored pretty well, even without the try. And then the back line, so Blake Ferguson 45. Honestly, not too bad considering no tries. He had an up and down night. A couple of errors. he was, yeah. I was happy with the 45, the way the Eels played, and also how he played. Kurt Capel 40. Didn't do much at all. I think it was very lucky he got that one little. He got a nice little offload, and I think like a line break assist, which helped. Otherwise, not very good. Stephen Crichton 41. So I didn't end up trading Crichton, and I'm not too disappointed with it. He thankfully got a try assist, but dude, I'm he is just I don't get it. Every time this happened, this game as well, I was getting frustrated. Not as frustrated as the last game, because he did seem to get into the action a little bit more, but every time he got the ball, there'd be space in front of him, he kept passing it. I'm like, why is Stephen Crichton, this athletic runner of the footy, he keeps passing? He just gets the ball and passes. I'm like, what are you doing? just pin the ears back and run. So yeah, Crichton, he's on the chopping block, but I mean, I've got him for now, and we'll see. I'm definitely going to make 2 trades this week. I need to stabilize and make some additions, but yeah, Stephen Crichton, what are you doing? And then Dane Laurie 53. Disappointing 53, because he was on, like, he got a nice try in the first half. and the Tigers obviously came back strongly. I mean, the Tigers abysmal. The Cowboys actually were pretty solid. The Tigers almost got the win. The Cowboys did their best to lose it. And Dane Laurie, even in that incredible fight back, Laurie didn't see any footy. He wasn't part of any of their comeback basically. So I thought Laurie was going to score big, but other than the first half, he didn't really see the ball at all. So thankfully, he got the try, but didn't really do a whole lot. And then Tessie New, 39, again solid. I mean, I don't know why people are selling New. I think he looks really good. Honestly, I've been very impressed with him. Probably the most impressive part of the Broncos. I've been with him and Herbie Farnworth. Obviously, unfortunately, Herbie didn't play last week, but I think their centers have been pretty solid. Herbie has looked incredible, and then Tessie, I think, has been really strong. Defensively, at times, his decisions have been a little bit iffy, but I've been impressed with Tessie. I think his work rate, his strength, he's put on some serious size, but his footwork is something else. He is, man, oh man, he's got some moves. So again, to score 39 points in a team that got belted, it's pretty good for a center. Is he a keeper? Probably not, but coming up against some easier opposition. Not this week with the Panthers, but in hopefully a few weeks he might score some good points. James Roberts, 14. I think, he's definitely on the chopping block. And then Bailey Simonson, 24. Again, just not getting any attacking stats, Simonson. And then the fullbacks, thankfully, Pappenhausen, he dropped in points. I remember looking at this during the weekend, and I think as him as captain, he was on 280 points, but he ended up getting 113, which is still really good. It was my highest scoring player, so got to be happy with that. And Tedesco, 57. Didn't really see too much footy in that one, Tedesco. Even with their fight back, it was the Sam Walker show, not the Tedesco show. So yeah, I'm happy I stuck with Pappenhausen as captain. I didn't switch to Tedesco. It was a pretty easy choice to go with Pappy going up against the Doggies. Just having the goal kicking, it just makes him so easy to captain. Tedesco is incredible, but you can just throw another 16 points onto his score with the kicking, at least. So, yeah, that's the team. So if we go through who are our trade out options, so the back line is not stable because unfortunately Capewell is just not doing it for us. I mean, he's averaging 58, so I guess I can't be too disappointed, but I guess I was hoping for a little bit more work rate from him. He's been saved numerous times with a last-ditch try or a little bit of attacking stats, but the work rate hasn't been there. Actually, I mean, the back line, I said it's not stable. The back line actually isn't too bad. I mean, Ferguson's been killing it for me, and even in a terrible game, he still scores 45. Dane Laurie has looked really, really good. He just hasn't really got those big scores that you think he might get. Stephen Crichton, I mean, he's the guy that's got to go. I took a punt on him. The 2 weeks ago now, and it didn't pay off. And, unfortunately, Supercoach, that's how it goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And Crichton, I'm still tempted to maybe just keep him while he's at fullback, but after giving him another week, I mean, against the Broncos, dude, I feel like I've got to keep him for at least the Broncos because, the Bronx, my boys, they're struggling defensively. So if he doesn't score well against the Broncos, he's got to go. So he'll probably get one more week. I just need him to score a big ton, and it can just at least, alleviate some of my annoyance with him, and then I'm punting him. But other than that, I mean, James Roberts probably has to go. I was hoping he could score some tries to increase a little bit so I can make money, but he's probably got to go soon. The halves are pretty solid. Mitchell Moses, I'm probably I mean, I think I've just got to stick with him. I know that probably temptation. Oh, you just play Sam Walker. I don't think Walker's going to score that well. I feel like these two games have been a little bit of an anomaly. Like, he doesn't kick goals. He doesn't have a great work rate. I mean, he's a talent. I mean, he is a future Queensland halfback for sure. But I just can't see him scoring that well. If he didn't go on that tear, he probably would have got like 20 points. So and I mean, they're taking on Melbourne this week, so I think they're going to target him. So I can't play Walker over Moses. And Moses, he's lost too much money to really trade. You know, he's sort of. I just got to sort of ride it out. Wait for the like I said at the start, just wait for the Origin period. Because who are they versing? They're versing the Raiders. So I mean, a tough game for the Eels, but hopefully they can fire up because they were shocking against the Dragons. Although the Dragons were excellent. The back row, Jordan Ricky. I actually think Ricky's got to go. I was tempted. Honestly, I was tempted last week to get rid of him. But I thought I would keep him for a little bit, but I actually think he's got to go. I think he's probably made his money. There might be a couple of decent increases if he gets a couple of attacking stats, but I just feel like his work rate isn't the best, and he's just not at the level of a lot of the other back rowers. So I think Ricky's got to go. Tyrell's got to go as well, but I think he probably has more money to make in the short term. I just, you know, if he can just jag like a couple of attacking stats, like in real life footy, Tyrell's been one of the form forwards, like without doubt. He has been sensational, dude, but Supercoach wise, just not really quite killing it. But I mean, still making money. The rest of the back row, Barnett is probably, he is a guy that I am gonna keep because again, I mean honestly, he might make Origin. I'm not gonna lie. If I was picking a New South Wales team, I would have Barnett in my forward pack. 100%. Barnett would be there. I think he is a great player. But I feel like he probably won't get picked, which would be handy over the Origin period. So I'm like, probably keep him. And then the hookers, I'm pretty happy with those. And then the front row, I mean, again, I'm happy with Tino. He's not going to, you know, it was just sort of bad luck with Tino. He got shifted out to the edge and just didn't see any footy. And then Paulo just didn't do anything. So I mean, I know I said I'm probably going to make 2 trades, but I don't know now. I'm like, I'm not that disappointed with the team. It was just a shocking week for me. It was just a bad week. Everyone just underperformed. But if we look at Jordan Ricky, who can we get? So we've got some cash. Unfortunately, freaking David Fafita has gone to $750,000. And I'm just like, at the moment, I'm like, he's too far gone. I can't get him. And I feel like I might as well just wait now. He's obviously going to play for Queensland. And, you know, hopefully I can just make up a little bit from that, I guess. But, yeah, we've got $523K to spend. It's tough. Isaiah Papali'i also absolutely destroying it. I don't know what happened to him, but going to the Eels, he's been very good. Who can we afford? No, everyone's a little bit cheap. I mean, Tyrone Peachy, dude. I should have gone with Peachy. My gut was telling me Peachy when I traded out Charlie Staines, but I went with Stephen Crichton. But Tyrone Peachy has been in scintillating form for the Titans. He's, dude. There honestly is a temptation to trade Crichton out for Peachy, just cut my losses, but I'm like, I can't do it this week. I hate trading out someone who's just like scored low to someone who scored high the week previous. It's just a bad trade, so I'm not gonna do it. But it's tempting. And then who else? I mean, Alex Twal. Alex Twal's not terrible. I mean, he's got the work rate. He didn't play the first few weeks. Jake Trbojevic, dude, he's gone downhill. Cameron Murray, dude, he's dropped off as well. But I'm not really that keen on Cameron Murray this year. So There's not a whole lot. Hudson Young, I actually was pretty keen on Hudson Young. He, honestly, I'll put him on the definite maybe. Definite maybe. I was keen on Hudson Young at the start of the year, and he has been really, really good. Just a high work rate. He's got the upside. He's got a nice little offload in him. He's got a line break. And I mean, taking on the Panthers last week, I thought he stood up. He stood up well against the big boys like Kikau and co. So I like Hudson. And then if we look like, Utakamano, like he's made some good money. Could we trade him out for someone else? Maybe. There's some decent options. Honestly, Taniela Paseka, dude, he's been a bit of a revelation. I'm actually surprised he only scored 73 points. He's got the offload out. He's throwing offloads left, right, and center. It's not a he's not a bad pickup. Like I like him a lot, and I think the Seagulls need him to play big minutes for them to go well. And yeah, he's got the offload, he's got the tackle break. I like Taniela. Just the minutes aren't quite there, so I'm iffy on him, but still not bad. Who else have we got? Anyone else piquing the interest? Not really. Christian Welsh banged out 100 points. That would have pleased a lot of people. And then not too much else. Freaking Isaiah Papali'i, the top scoring front rower, dude. Sia Takiaho, second. Junior Paulo's up there still. Dude, the front rowers, honestly, I was talking at the start of the year that there's so many good front rowers, but honestly, a lot of them have been a bit underwhelming, in all honesty. Like Fisher Harris, I mean, he's been solid, like 60s. Dave Clemmer has dropped off. Josh Papali'i, Fotuaika Tapau hasn't quite gone like I thought he would. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I'm keen. Taniela Paseka, Hudson Young. I'd probably rather get Hudson Young if out of those two. And then if we get rid of, like I said, Crichton, I'm keen to keep Crichton. If we get rid of James Roberts, who can we afford? So 402,000. We've got some cash to play with, not a whole lot. If we get in here, I mean, Morgan Harper, he's come back into that Seagulls team. He didn't look great, but he's got a little bit of talent. Who else? A lot of guys that aren't playing around this 400k. Not anyone I'm that keen on, unfortunately. Remus Smith, not really. Joey Leilua, he's fallen away. Obviously, he only played a couple of minutes that game, but yeah, not quite up to standard. And then not a whole lot else. Not a whole lot else. Jake Averillo actually had a decent game, but I definitely wouldn't want to be bringing him in. And then there's any cheapies that have sort of come on. Sebastian Chris has been pretty solid. And no real cheapies that have sort of come through. So, I don't know. I mean, James Roberts might just have to bear with him for now. How did let's have a look. How did Charlie Stain score? He got 85, dude. That's annoying. He got a couple of tries, didn't he? Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm not disappointed. Like, I've been trading him out. He's gone on to score decently, but I'm not sad about trading him out. Honestly, I still think he is a trap. So, and a lot of people wouldn't have even played him last week. So yeah, not too disappointed. So yeah, I got some decisions to make. It's gonna be tough, but yeah, that's how we went. It's been definitely the worst week so far. with the rankings and whatnot. So we'll have to work out what we're going to do here. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the Supercoach action. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.